when we identify a situation with a resident or two, we may take certain steps in terms of mitigating the risk of the spread of that, and I'll use the term loosely, infection. And as we continue to monitor our residents, if we see that there has been further transmission, we have step processes and restrictions that we can continue to put in place to, again, with the goal of minimizing and mitigating the continued spread of that. And that may be from a restriction for individuals for visitation, similar to what had been put in place several weeks ago with some of our senior living communities, to certainly working with our staff, and if there are any signs or symptoms of illness, making sure that they're maintaining their safety and they're staying well and keeping their family well, to further restrictions as it relates to potentially communal dining, communal activity programming. And we have those processes and going back to what Karen said, in place on the front end so that we are prepared and we have a plan in place if and when, and it will be when, those situations arise, and have those guidelines in place for ourselves and our staff as well.
And I think we know in the healthcare world, and we know through our experience, that most people with the right supportive environment come through these illnesses well. Mm-hmm. Statistically, I think right now we're hearing about the worst case scenarios, and really there's so many other people that are recovering and living a fine life. And our goal in a community is to minimize any exposure, first of all, at all. And then if there is exposure, to contain it and to support the people as they move through the process of getting well. One of the things we're doing here at Vantage Point Retirement Living is preparing to open communities. And really what that means is preparing all these policies now. And the format of what we do is in an exposure control plan. You are going to look at all different infections. So we begin to work with the health department of our local county. And that allows us to bridge the community and our organization with them. Once we open, we practice systems, we do the education, and then we're ready as residents move into the community to ensure that we're educating residents and families and policies and procedures. What we're doing now for the COVID-19, but we've done them in our settings, for years upon years. And I think that's why you don't hear about the statistics being so high of contamination or transmission in settings of places that do it well.